Alright, so we are in this video continuing the build out for the page Breath Maharlika for the health and wellness business that I am working with. So if it helps you in your journey, please leave a comment, let us know what had the highest point of leverage for you and what you may be looking for next. So for today, what we're going to be doing is building out the rest of this page without a template, and this is the page I'm speaking on. It's going to be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sections long, and we're going to have some fun doing it. It's going to be quick, and I'm really only going to stylize these first 2 sections, but I'm going to build out the layout for the rest of these sections and then fast forward to the finished product. So hopefully this is pretty quick, easy to follow, and we get through it in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. One of the first things that we did in my last video was to create the hero section, so I'm going to continue building out this hero section by adding in, at the moment, we need the copy to look a little different on the hero section as well as 2 buttons. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to double over and copy this so that I have it. So most of the actual copy is not ready yet. What we're going to be doing today is just a little bit of lorem ipsum work, lorem ipsum being the placeholder text that we use to visualize before we really start building everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Actually, what I'm going to need to do is to create a little container underneath this. Oh, I'm sorry, not a container. Delete. I'm going to need a... Is it a container? I think it might be. Container. Yeah, what I am doing at the moment is I brought in a container and then split that container into a grid. That way I had 2 separate spaces side by side for what I'm doing here. And then at the moment I am just curating the outside of this box. There we go. And then the border is going to be 1 default solid, and then I'm going to make that border color white. Border didn't show up. There we go. Cool. Alright, so moving down into the next section. I'm sorry, that was actually the wrong kind of section. Delete. All I'm going to be doing is similar to this, and so I'm going to pull in some headers, and then I'm going to change the typography to around 36. Too much to go. 28. I can deal with that. Let's see what it looks like. Look, a retreat. I can dig that. Okay. And then let's hop down, grab some placement text, and then stylize it. And then duplicate more. Sorry, the text color, accent, and I'm going to. Nice, cool. And here we go. Also going to give this a background. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So now that we got the general outline for this, make this just a little bit lighter, and awesome. So what we're going to do from here is duplicate this over once we have it built out correctly, and then we're going to build the 4 spaces that we were looking for. I'm going to redact the other spaces, that way we have space for what we're looking to do here. And then I'm going to give this a little bit of padding on the top and bottom. Let's do 75 each. And scroll up, get like a quick preview. It's about what I'm looking for there. Need a little bit more spacing tweaks, but I like the contrast, and I think this needs more spacing on both the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Cool. Next up, we are going to do a split section. And so for the rest of the time, I'm just going to put together the general layout, and hopefully you can piece along exactly what I'm doing within the element updating section on the left. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out or leave a comment, but I'm just going to go ahead and build through the rest of these layouts, which is going to be a carousel. So a carousel is something that goes around in carousel fashion, the way that it presents something to the user on the screen and then moves on in a loop for your desired media. This is going to be a testimonial block, so it's important for me to make sure that this next section is fully set up the way I want it. I'm going to do that by getting rid of this and coming over here. I think it's a testimonial. And we're going to create a carousel out of this testimonial. That's perfect. Cool. And so the next thing that we are going to be doing is bringing in what's called fun facts. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Fun fact number 1. And what that does is it's just like a number counter. We're going to go ahead and duplicate that across the board. That way we got 4 of them. And then I will rock in and configure these once I have the full page layout completed. But this is looking pretty good so far. We have our hero section, our services section, a quick benefits section, a reviews area, and we are quickly moving into the About Us and Meet Our Therapists, which is going to require almost like 2 sections in one to do this correctly. I'm going to go ahead and bring over the heading part of this, which actually has a subheading and a regular heading. Both of these are going to need to be styled in the middle, and then the typography for the top is going to rest at 18. I'm going to go ahead and give the top bar a little bit more padding so that we have some space here, and then add in the section for the 2 owners with a picture of each of them. Awesome. Moving on to the next section, we're going to go ahead and build this out. It's going to be 2 sections for a Why Choose Us. And so on the right hand side we have an image, and on the left hand side we have a pre-header, a header, and an icon list. So I'm going to go ahead and build this out as well. There's our pre-header, our header, and I'm going to type in icon list. Boom. Cool. We're going to go ahead and restylize the font on the pre-header, and that looks pretty good. We only have one more section. A frequently asked questions section usually has an area for questions to have a drop down for their answers, and that drop down, the element that does that, is called an accordion. And so what we're going to look for next inside of this next section is going to be an accordion. So we're going to bring in a 2-column section with the image on the left hand side, and then the right hand side has a pre-header, a header, and the accordion. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in 2 headers so that I can make one of them a pre-header, and then I'm going to bring in the accordion. So this is great. This is great work, and this is what that looks like on my page. I could then go ahead and scroll the entirety of this page, making sure that all of my edits and updates are correct, all of the interaction elements that I'd like, as well as how things show up on screen. now get a really good look at what the user experience behind what I just built would feel like. And I like it. Everything's working correctly, things are showing up when we're scrolling through them, and the page layout, in my opinion, looks very nice, has a lot of a luxurious feel with extra empty space or white space around most of the elements, and I think it tells the story well. So that's the wrap up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give the channel a subscribe, and if you enjoy funnel optimization for health and wellness businesses and you want to learn more about web design on WordPress without needing to learn any code, if this sounds like a framework or a way that you'd like to move forward, please join me in building out your website on WordPress and learning what you can from the channel. Okay, peace.